Hello everyone, this is John. Welcome back to my channel. Our today's episode is about resume. So kung paano po gagawa ng Canadian resume. Mostly ng mga landed immigrants at saka mga newcomers dito sa Canada, yun yung kanilang struggles is how to make their own resume. So I think it is important na magkaroon kayo ng idea paano gagawa kasi pag nag-apply ka ng trabaho, talagang resume ang siyang pinaka-key kung i-hire ka ba ng employer or hindi. So I remember when I was hired dito sa company na aking pinagtatrabahuhan, I was hired as a vocational coordinator. So I started as a vocational coordinator. So one of my job descriptions is to hire and interview people. Syempre, pagka yun ang isa sa mga job description mo, talagang expose ka sa different resume. So I'm going to give you tips paano nyo mapapaganda ang inyong resume at kung paano gumawa ng Canadian resume. So ngayon, my first tip paano gumawa ng Canadian resume is make sure na one page lang yung resume ninyo. Sa Canada po, hindi po pahabaan at pabanggahan at pabulaklakan ng resume. If you can concise all your information about you in one page, that is more than enough. That is better. What's the reason ba't gusto nila ng one page lang? Unlike sa Philippines, 10 pages, 15 pages. Ang mga employers po kasi dito, they do not have enough time to read 3 to 10, 15 pages, just one applicant. You think of this. Let's say if I'm the employer and I have 10 applicants and each applicant meron silang around 5 to 10 pages. Isipin mo na I'm going to read 50 pages. So I do not have time to do that. Kaya much better one page lang ang gagawin natin. So ngayon, the next question is, ano yung mga components or composition ng Canadian resume? So, I'm going to share to you yung resume na ginawa ko. So, itong ginawa kong resume is just for demonstration purposes lamang. So, lahat ng information na mababasa nyo sa aking example is just for demonstration purposes lamang. So, wala pong totoong information na naririto kasi gusto ko lang kayong magkaroon ng idea ano ba yung composition ng Canadian resume. So meron pong 5 composition ang Canadian resume. So okay, the first composition is the headings. Ayan. Sa headings, anong makikita ninyo sa headings? Of course, nandyan yung name ninyo. So pwede mong i-bold kasi mas maganda yung naka-bold tapos naka-capital letter. Kitang-kita yung name mo. Of course, yung address is very important kung saan ka nakatira. At yung postal code laging nilalagay. I know in the Philippines we don't use much postal code, pero dito kasi sa Canada, kung ano yung address mo, dapat nandun lagi yung postal code. So most likely sa headings, ang makikita mo ay your name, address, your contact number, your cell phone or your telephone number, and your email address. Okay. Important yung 4 na yan kasi mostly ng mga employers, they communicate to the applicants or sa na-interview nila through cellphone or through email. Hindi na uso yung papupuntahin ka or pupuntahin ka kasi nga ang buhay namin dito is so busy. Kaya tandaan niyo ang heading, your name, address, telephone number, and your email address. Yun lang ang kailangan nila. Okay. Ang second part naman ng resume ay yung tinatawag na summary qualifications. Ano ang summary of qualifications? Summary of qualifications. Ito is all about you, your background, what are your strength. Kasi remember, when you are applying for a certain position, you are selling yourself. Kaya kailangan yung nakalagay dyan sa summary of qualifications is ano ka, what you can do, what you can offer to the company, what are your strengths. So ilalagay mo talaga lahat diyan. So if you can concise your summary qualifications into 3 to 5 bullets only, much better. So, wag naman masyadong marami kasi wala ka ng space for the other information. Kaya pagkadating mo, pag gumawa ka ng summary of qualification, always remember 3 to 5 bullets only. And then, yung sa pag-construct mo ah, ng sentence, make sure na yung information na ilalagay mo doon ay maiksi lang at tumpak na yung eksaktong information na gusto mong ilagay. Okay? So, punta naman tayo ngayon sa third component or third part ng resume, yung tinatawag na professional experience. Okay? So, is from yung professional experience, isusulat mo dyan, may start ka from the present hanggang sa mga pinaka-last. Okay? Normally, yung pinaka-present, ano yung mga ilalagay mo doon? Yung ano yung job mo, ano yung job title mo, tapos saan ka nag-work, anong place, at pagkatapos kailan ka nag-start. At ang pinaka-importante is you need to put the duties and responsibilities. Ano yung ginagawa mo, ano yung ginawa mo doon sa previous job mo, or ano yung ginagawa mo sa current job mo. So doon sa duties and responsibility, again, make it brief and concise. As simple, mas maganda. Wag na yung masyadong maraming mga bulaklak na mga words na masyadong nakakatamad basahin. So, lagi niyong tatandaan when you write information sa Canadian resume, mas simple, mas better. And then, dito sa ating professional experience, kung meron kang ina-applyan na trabaho, tapos meron kang experience na hindi naman related doon sa trabahong ina-applyan mo, wag mo nang isama. So normally, ang inilalagay mo sa professional experience mo is yung mga experience mo na related doon sa job na ina-applyan mo. Like for example, nag-a-apply ka as a caregiver. Tapos in your previous experience, nakapag-work ka sa McDonald's, sa A&W, or as a janitor. So those are things na hindi naman related sa ina-applyan mong trabaho. So wag mo na siyang isama kasi pampahaba lang siya and then walang bearing. Much better talaga na ang ilalagay mo lang doon sa information na nandoon mo ay yung mga related sa trabaho mo. Pagka hindi related, wag mo nang isama. Ngayon, kung mapapansin niyo sa example na binigay ko, yung yung two previous na job niya, merong job description. Tapos yung mga humuli, wala na. Kasi almost the same din naman eh. Normally naman yung current na job description mo, as current job mo, meron kang duties and responsibility inilagay, okay na yon, sapat na yon. So wala nang problema doon. Kaya pag inilagay mo siya, napakasimple lang. Okay. Ngayon, ang fourth component ng resume is yung education. Ayan, kung makikita ninyo, kung much better din, pag naglagay ka ng education, yung educational background mo ay related doon sa trabahong ina-applyan mo. Kasi napakalaking puntos yun eh. Kapag ka, let's say nag-a-apply ka as a caregiver and then you have caregiver training, you have a nursing background, you have a medical background. So related siya, mas maganda siya. Ngayon, paano naman kung meron kang education or training na hindi related sa trabahong ina-applyan mo? Mas maganda na rin, ilagay mo na rin siya. Kasi makikita yun ng employer na in somehow meron kang natapos na degree. Ngayon, go back tayo doon sa education. Sa education, kung makikita ninyo, nandoon yung course na tinapos mo, tapos yung school na kung saan mo natapos yung course mo, tapos ano yung place ng school, and at the same time, ilagay mo kung graduate ka or hindi. Kasi may mga employer na kapag ka-graduate ka ng isang course na related sa ina-applyan mo, binibigyan nila ng additional points yon. Yan. Pero kung hindi, so depende na yun sa employer. Pero kung hindi related yung course mo, ilagay mo pa rin. Baka sakaling i-consider nila yung education. So ngayon, ang last part ng resume natin ay yung character references. Yan. So pag gumawa ka ng character references, make sure na at least 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Okay. 3 references. Pinakamaganda yan. Kasi para saan yun? Most ng employers, tinatawagan talaga nila yan. Kaya pag naglagay ka ng character reference na 3, 4, pwede 5, masyado nang madami. Pero normally, 3. Ilagay mo yung name, tapos ano yung trabaho or position ng reference na inilagay mo. At the same time, yung telephone number or kung wala, email ng character reference na inilagay mo doon. So, kailangan nandoon yun kasi yung mga employers nagtatanong sila kung papaano, kung how's your attitude, how's your working attitude. So magtatanong sila. Syempre, pag naglagay ka ng character reference, ang ilalagay mo dyan, yung mga taong they will give good feedback para sa iyo, para makakuha ka naman ng trabaho. So, yan po yung mga simple components ng paggawa ng Canadian resume, and I hope na meron po kayong natutunan, especially those who are planning to come here in Canada. Makatulong nawa itong episode na ito sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng Canadian resume. Yan, nakuha nyo na yung 5 components ng resume na part ng resume na diniscuss ko sa inyo. So ngayon, pagsama-samahin natin kung ano yung itsura kapag pinagsamay-sama natin yung 5 components. Ayan. So nakita nyo na, meron tayong headings, meron tayong summary of qualifications, nandyan na yung professional experience, nandyan na rin yung educational background mo, at yung pinakahuli, yung character reference. So, ready na, kumpleto na ang iyong resume, kaya ready ka nang mag-apply ng trabaho. Always remember, when you are, every time you write your resume, please make sure na ang resume mo ay nasa 1 page lang. So, make it simple as you can. Thank you so much for watching my episode today about Canadian resume. So if you have any questions or comment about our life here in Canada, please make your comment below and I'm going to answer that in one of my future episodes. So before I say goodbye to everyone, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much everyone. Have a great night.